Hello YouTube, welcome to Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise, which is maybe an ironic name? Only recently played through Deadly Premonition 1 for the first time after hearing about it for years, and it was quite the experience for chat and I. It was very enjoyable, in a weird kind of way. It's the game equivalent of The Room. There's really no other way to describe it. I'm hoping that they don't jump the shark and lean too heavily into that with this. There's obviously known issues with frame rate. We'll see how bad it is. It was enjoyable. I would rate Deadly Premonition 1 as like a 10 out of 10 experience and maybe like a 2 out of 10 game. But we'll see what this is like. Let me know about volume once people are talking, and I'll mute during the intro. This may in fact not be the intro and is a loading screen. I'm not sure. I'm right in thinking there's barely any sound right now, right? There's just like ambient noise. Horror noise. Nora? Hello, everyone saying hello. Well, now there's definitely a chainsaw. Is this a JoJo reference? Probably. That's a very, very specific number of hours later.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Can't turn the camera.
Quiet down, Agent Jones.
I'm also pressing backwards and she's still walking forwards.
Quiet down. Ha! You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now. If you
like, no matter what direction I'm pressing, she's just walking forwards.
Surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza.
Literally just started.
What did I do to deserve this? Does God
How is the volume of the...
The regional bureau chief merely issued a special order.
Oh. Yeah.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
It's okay.
And no red, remember?
Shitty.
It's open. Come on in.
Francis York Morgan? So this is both a prequel and a sequel. And this is the sequel part, I think. So wouldn't this be Zack? Is that cannabis? Oh, it is Zack. His eyes are different colors.
You have questions for us. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Francis Zack Morgan. There we are, yeah. If there's some kind of Life is Beautiful remix in this, Sora's going to go apeshit when she hears it, so just advanced warning. Hang up Colt. It's only polite. Is that a pea jar? Owl water?
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
Look at all that milk. You see all that milk?
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
He looks like someone famous, but I can't place him.
Seriously.
Look at that screaming panda on the
Southern
record
Belle and
behind
a
her.
lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game. Isn't that right, my fairy? How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us?
You hear an echo?
Oh,
That's because I
but
turned the TV up.
don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
Why is he calling him a fairy instead of
It's hard to tell
York?
what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived. If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
Okay, look, inspect.
Letters of appreciation.
Do you still hear the echo?
And the Department of Justice. They're
So the
caked
game
in
ended
dust
with
as
just
if
them
he doesn't
swapping
even
places
care
again.
about them.
So York is the voice in his head.
This smell.
No echo, good.
It doesn't surprise me at this point, but it'll be problematic in court if they decide his testimony is unreliable. I won't get another chance to talk to him face to face like this.
Maybe he came back
I
as
need
a
to get him
fairy?
to stop smoking that for a bit. Excuse me, Mr. Morgan. But would you
It
please
doesn't
refrain from
auto-scroll.
consuming that while we speak? I'm talking about... Yes, that.
You don't need to worry about us. Don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that.
Oh yeah, there was, wasn't there? Who knows then?
Our data needs to be consistent. Now please, put out that stinking indulgence
Why are they
right
not
this
saying
minute.
cannabis? Or pot, or whatever.
What if we say no?
Then I'll put it out myself. Using force.
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah. This is
Look at all that
Morgan's
milk!
house.
Why is it taped together?
Besides, it's legal in Massachusetts for individuals to
Okay,
consume
finally.
cannabis in the comfort of their own homes. And I mean, come on.
It's medicinal.
It's medicinal cannabis, chat.
Exactly.
You can use visions to inquire important hints. Hold L to use vision. Okay. L1? Oh, it is L1. I'm not really seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing here, really. Hang on, there's something in the very top left of the screen. There we go. I couldn't see it because I've got a plushie of a border collie on top of my television.
Hey, Belle. Why are you dressed so handsomely?
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society. Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche. We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
Wow.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
Dark laughter.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
Dark laughter.
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him. I'll just have to assault him head on with questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up.
I see you have a chess table. The Carfile's unfinished chess game.
An ornate antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. But who was playing with him? That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right, they were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s. We know it's in bad
These
taste.
PS2 graphics are pretty good. I know.
But the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games. Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself.
No, you look it.
When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't
that
a
screaming
single
panda.
chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history.
Excuse me, when did you look through his internet history?
He was simply playing chess. All alone.
So, what's wrong with that, Belle?
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
I'm feeling personally attacked right now.
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us.
Has anything crazy happened yet? Yeah, I would say so, just in general.
Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
Alright, fine, let's do what we're supposed to do. Ask about the papers.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carré, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case.
Classic York.
After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carré immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
That's not a good thing to say.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. And this is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it?
He did clip through the bag, yes.
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now. And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in.
He is Zack
She
right
was
now.
found frozen in a storage unit.
He has a fairy he refers to. So that's why he's saying you're not to ask about it.
Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
I'd imagine getting chopped into bits is probably quite fatal.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks.
What?
At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all.
She's had her arms and legs cut off.
She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting
Zack is
better
supposed to
and
be the
better.
weird one.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just
FK in
like
the
our
ice
story.
cube.
Yes. Yeah.
Muttering.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
I still don't know what this is used for. I see nothing.
The person who originally admitted this report was his superior, Robert Abrahams, current chief of the Boston branch. According to Chief Abrahams, Morgan's got his own modus operandi. It's not something that others should interfere with. Well, Chief, look what that's gotten us into now.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time. That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve. Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records.
This is a very slow
Last
pace
Friday,
to start
the name
with.
Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré.
He hasn't been outside in 14 years. Squad goals.
He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Smoking.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Dark laughter. Didn't seem to do much.
You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment
Didn't see
Lee
smoking that
Clarkson's
time.
body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation.
Why is York a zombie?
But there
He's
wasn't
smoking
much
a
we could
lot of
actually
cannabis.
investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner. But we still
Yeah,
have yet
Resident
to
Evil 1 had
obtain any
zombies.
key testimonies.
That's true.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead. Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
Still very lost.
A large man, yes? No need to answer. If you don't want to. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, it's a prequel and a sequel. This is the sequel part, and then it goes into a prequel.
Must be a reason for it. Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them.
Pile of DVDs. Another strangely clean spot. Oh, he moved something.
This room's a total mess. But certain spots look perfectly clean. Is it just a coincidence? No. There are no coincidences with this man.
When we're playing as young York, that's obviously prequel.
Mr. Morgan. I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Those are sanctuaries. They've existed from the start.
Oh, well, that explains that. No further questions.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places. Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels?
Yeah, pizza.
Something you
Really
didn't
big
want
pizza
us to
slice.
see.
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon, don't touch the sanctuary. That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out.
So confused.
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
Well, he
He's
successfully
completely
deflected the
taken control of the
conversation.
conversation. At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him some more.
Rummaging Simon.
Agent Jones, did you find the files?
His hand does clip through the bike, you're right. Oh, hey, Greenville.
Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Whoa! Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction
told
of
you.
justice!
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Surrounded. Ah! Ah! Ah!
He doesn't like red now for something, for some reason.
Mr. Morgan?
Yeah, you're going to hear echo when there's loud noises if I don't mute. Deal with it. I want to hear the game.
Can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid? Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please.
Yeah,
accept
that
my
would
deepest
explain it with the
apologies.
red petals. And the red tree, of course.
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red, either.
Don't ever touch one.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Yeah, what's up with those milk cartons? I don't know.
I won't let them touch.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red, and I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case. Mr. Morgan, I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
That was a very Resident Evil type sound effect when I selected that.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this.
Also, you're absolutely right. Her lipstick does appear to be, well, it's more like a maroon, but there's definitely red in there.
I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered, and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's
She seems so needlessly antagonistic because we don't know why she's doing this.
Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
What are you getting at?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem.
That's true.
The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past.
Clock in the trash. Honeycomb in a jar. Oh, it's not a piss jar. Picture of a leaf.
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zack Morgan. This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Le Carre case you worked on in 2005.
Red tree.
It is the red tree.
Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected by these red trees, aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
I want the truth.
FK in the tree, yes.
Tell me everything you know.
We've now been listening to this conversation for over half an hour, for the record.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
No, we still have no idea what's going on, or why he's under
Are you
suspicion
ready to
for
talk
something.
now? I want to know what went down in Le Carre in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes. It was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was a sultry summer day.
We might actually get to play the game now.
The sun comes down hard on you in the south, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers.
Okay, getting a bit too metaphorical now,
It
bud.
all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
Isn't that right, Zack? Oh, we're getting the actual intro now. Glad we're all caught up. We know everything that's going on as we get the... Oh yeah, I watched this on YouTube. They released this ahead of the game. It's something. It is something. I'll mute for this. Enjoy.
Just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone. Always a voice, a cry in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been long forgotten, but it haunts me, my destiny to be alone. There's a time when you see life for what it's gotta be. You should know they'll destroy you. But call to me to keep searching, walk alone.
Yep, that's the intro. This is what happens when you give them a budget to afford more than 3 songs. And now we're loading. Red tree, red tree.
Zack. Zack. Can you hear me, Zack?
Answer.
There you are, Zack. Sleeping again? Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
The leaves aren't meant to be shaped
Isn't
like
that
penises.
right,
They're
Zack?
whatchamacallem leaves. Willow, is that the ones that are shaped like that? Maple, sorry. Yes, maple. Dead to why premonition. Din. In disguise. A blessing in disguise. I was like a dyslexic person trying to write the title. Japanese maple leaves, there you go. Lecare, Louisiana. Bird! It's got a crowbar? Oh no, fish hook.
Zack, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
Dear.
Look at that, Zack. She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Here, have a pineapple.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carré, sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
He does have a very tall hat.
I'm the chef, Dave.
That's not what he asked.
If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
You hear that, Tombury?
Did you hear that, Zack? He's a true professional.
You say something?
He technically shouldn't have the cut in his hair yet, right?
No,
Because
not
he
to you. I
he
was
got
just
that
talking
just
to
before the start of Deadly Premonition 1,
Zack?
when a lady with claws
Please
attacked
don't ask
him,
me about
if I remember
Zack. It's a
correctly.
private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work.
Oh, that
for
was the cheek
FBI,
scratches.
but I didn't
Okay,
come
fair
here
enough.
For an investigation, I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zack, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you ask me.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few
Ambivalence is
questions
feeling
about the
two
incident.
opposing emotions
Well,
simultaneously.
shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, he said he wouldn't talk about anything not food related, but now I'm getting to question him. Okay, fine.
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
That's right.
Sorry, my watch is right next to the mic there. Damn it, Schultz, that was you that did that, showing me your D&D minis.
You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on you. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seat. They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the
Why does
food
this feel
processing
like it's set in like 1974?
Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything.
Is that just the way Louisiana is?
They even own the water tower on the
Because this is meant to be what, 2005?
They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Scoff.
Shoot, mister, what you think? Nah, I told you this ain't no secret. We in the bonfire.
Thank you, Little Man, for 9 months with a tier 1 sub. Our first Twitch baby name will be Francis York Morgan.
They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off.
Yeah, I noticed the axes on the wall as well.
They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart. And when that don't work, they
Louisiana's
beat
permanently
your
trapped in the 1970s. Alright. Story checks out.
That's the deep south for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show. The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
Okay, where's the house?
What do you know about the Clarksons' house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place. That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast.
I don't know what you mean by that.
They folks with real power.
They're white women named Karen?
remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days. Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster...
How's the game so far? I'll let you know when we can actually play it. We've been watching cutscenes for 45 minutes.
And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe for nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around...
Oh, sorry, did you hear a noise in the game you didn't like?
I see.
Apparently she did. I didn't hear any particular noise. Yeah, let's ask more about the murder.
When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister. Why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre
That
ways.
is not something you say. It's just, that is not something you say. Exasperated sigh.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar.
An altar?
It's like outside of the first town in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Something they use in black magic. Something horrible.
Voodoo?
Nah, wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird...
Yeah, normal voodoo hours aren't weird. This was really weird, though.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces.
Oh, yeah, that's all.
Scattered around the altar like.
So she was sacrificed.
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zack. This case has got our names all over it.
Okay, in the effort of actually wanting to play the game, I believe that will be all.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zack? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans.
What?
We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell.
What?
Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again.
Oh, I
I'm already
see.
looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zack?
Blue Thunder.
Zack. The searing light. These scents. It's the deep south. That was a fabulous breakfast.
You haven't eaten it
You're
yet.
the world's greatest chef.
You haven't eaten it.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
Well, the tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
Oh, so why was that pineapple there? No, don't FK in the tea. FK in the coffee. So many questions. The milk taped up, though. That's still the big one. Sorry, did that say case pineapple? Is that what that said? Did that say case pineapple?
It was worth it!
Well, we can finally play the game, but for YouTube we're doing a break there, so come back tomorrow for the next part.